Welcome back to Oregon Aviary Jurassic Difficulty Challenge Mode. We hit 2.5 stars off the last wave of Dimorphodons, combined with a hotel and some other, upgrades to the shops they did off screen. So we have hatcheries. We can get regular dinosaurs in. So we're going to definitely get to work on that. So the psychologist can do the research here for this. That leaves us with our other friend, who, yes, can do the pattern. Yeah, because everything else is 9. Yeah, we'll knock out the pattern here. And then that should have us with... Oh, we'll also need the upgrade, but yeah, that'll have us close to being able to get the dinosaurs in the park. Finally. I think we're going to put the herbivore pen back here. I think we'll use this for a small carnivore pen. That way, because we can't fit a hatchery here, and it's much better to have the hatchery coming off on the pen where you're going to dump all the herbivores. That's just much more efficient. So we'll go ahead and do that. Storm is ended. So that finishes off the Lystrosaurus. 3 fossils, all 1 pips. Yes, unfortunately you are salty. Why don't you go ahead and rest? Not in a huge rush there anyway. Pattern genes will be done first, and then the hatchery. So yeah, we can't really do too much until we get the hatchery. Medicate, medicate, medicate. I guess this is all, okay, that's infected wound. That's infected wound. That's frostbite. Okay. Hopefully that's all we have for issues. I feel like it almost can't be, right? I'm gonna do status check this pen. That should get us any updates. Because, like, the infected wounds... How do we get infected wound without it also being frostbite? That's what I'm confused about. Well, let's not worry about it too much, I guess. Yeah, no sources of infected wounds. I guess everybody's fine. We'll do another status check just because, but... Okay. Alright, so... We need to do our upgrade for the hatchery, for the regular hatchery. This one, that was a 5 logistic task. Yeah, sure, you can do that. Now, while we're doing that, what else do we want to do? I would like to get tuberculosis vaccine in, especially before we put out some herbivore herds. So you can do that task. That leaves us with genetics and logistics. Now we could push for one of these. Tolerant. Does tolerant matter? Everything, all the herbivores aren't going to like each other. Tolerant. I mean, we don't need that many herbivores. Maybe we just stick with social because it's what we have unlocked. I think we'll just stick with social. Reduce the space, then we can have more pens as opposed to having a larger pen with 1 extra species in it, maybe. Which isn't very good. Yeah, so we don't really care about it doing other genetics. I'm probably not going to worry about unlocking all the patterns either. We could commit a point of logistics to you and do a 9 research if we had a good thing to do. That's probably worth it. You know what? Power upgrades is probably something we'll need soon. Let's do that. Alright, so 2 power upgrades. Increased output. Yes. Alright. Great. And then we'll let all this stuff run. And I'll get to work building this pen. And here it is. Here's our herbivore pen. It has not yet been populated with plant life, but it is laid out, ready to go. So, both of our Lystros are not yet ready to go. Let's get the Struthies started here. We'll randomize. We don't really have much for patterns, but it's more than 1. That's something. Could actually counteract large appetite. That might be worth it. Here's what I'm thinking. We do large appetite, push social. Good luck on school. I'll catch you in the future. All right, do you want a little bit of lifespan, or do we just want to push 50% resilient already? Yeah, lifespan doesn't matter. Let's push more resilient. We only need the 1 alpha, so we don't have to do too many. And that's a 3 genetics. I might just use the 7. No, let's not use the 7. We'll use the 4. Actually, no. I take it back. We'll use you. We need to process fossils. For that, we'll use you. Oh, shoot. What I was thinking about doing was researching an herbivore. But, yeah, if we want to get, like, Stiggy or something a little bit higher along the path here, we actually need more genetics than we currently have. I think you're capped at a 7, friend, right? Yeah, so that's not an option. Okay. I think I am going to go for Stiggy just because it's... Or Homocephaly. We'll go Stiggy. We haven't seen Stiggy and Moloch in quite a long time. We could do a carnivore. Mono, Pyro. We can do Australopinator. Ooh, we haven't seen Australo in a while. We could also do a Trosiraptor. Oh, but we have a small pen in the front. We should probably do something more appropriate to the small pen. You know what? Maybe we'll just do Dilo. Dilo's our small pen. It's been a while since we've had Dilos in the park. Or Dimetrodons. Morose. We've done Morose a few times recently. Let's do Dilo. But yeah, let's do some Dilophosaurs. Dilophosaurs are the random skin patterns. That'll be fun. That's the only one dig site, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And we did kind of have the wrong people, actually. I did mess that up. How long do we have on this? 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Hold on. Let's let that Struthy batch finish before we do a dig. We will do Dilo, but we'll let this go for a moment. Okay. Fuck it. Social resilient, skittish, skittish, skittish. Okay, we got a social non-skittish. That's all we need. So there's our alpha. Expedition map. Die low. We'll send out the 7. Going to be a little while in fossils, so I think we'll just do a second batch of Struthies straight away. So for this second batch, we don't need the alpha anymore. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to remove that. We're going to push Resilient up. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll just do that. Keep small appetite off, push Resilient. Because these really don't matter for lifespan. They're so cheap. Sure, why not? Just in case it does matter, dinosaur by dinosaur, what the needs end up being like, we'll just do it like that. Seven. Sure. Alright, Struthiomimus. Nice green one mixed in there. Overall, not a terribly exciting batch. Do we actually have... Okay, so there's an Amazon. Yeah, so Amazon Struthi, not actually that interesting. Not very yellow. I'm sure that green one is, yeah, mangroves. That's the definitely the most interesting one we have here. I've actually never flown on a plane, because COVID. I was supposed to go to Washington, D.C. for some science conferences. For at least one science conference. And then, yeah, I got canceled from COVID, and so I never flew. What is the blue skin? Let's just find it. Nope. Nope. Wrong one. Damn it. Yukon? We'll try this one more time. There we go. Ah, Gambia. Right. So Gambia is pretty interesting. We got one with a pattern. Here it is. Gambia Pilo. That's a nice looking Struthi. I like this. Blue and yellow. With a little bit of like green in the head too. Look at that. Little patch of green there. That's a good skin. I like Struthi. I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a teenager. I decided to go into physics instead, because it seemed more realistic. Do I agree with that now? That's a good question. Don't regret what I've done, though. Just curious about how things would have played out if I went the other direction. Sometimes it's nice to not turn the thing you like for fun into a job, too. He says playing video games on the internet. Alright, well that should be enough ground leaf. I guess we'll do forest in the back here. And then they can spread that way and it should be fine. Taking up a surprising amount of vegetation requirements here. I mean, that's presuming that I would have even been able to be a paleontologist. I was not a good student in high school. So my grades were not reflective of my actual scientific caliber. So getting into paleontology would have been really difficult because I would have had to leave to go to a different school in a different town or a different state. Whereas physics, I could get started in that by sneaking in through tech college, getting a nanotech degree, and then going into physics at the actual proper university in town. And like, I was able to, you know, get the base level of education out of the way without much effort, right? On my part, I don't have to move. I didn't have to like go to a new state. That definitely wouldn't have worked for paleontology. But it did for physics. So anyway, Struthies, what are we doing? Dig is still going on. All the Struthies are out. So if we hold you back to work on Listros when they're done, what would we do with you? I guess nothing. I guess we hold everybody back for producing Listrosaurs. I mean, paleontology is still science, and science is still math related, especially if you're getting into like computer modeling in paleontology, for like dinosaur locomotion. You're going to have some math that comes up in that. Definitely not as much as you would in my physics education, but... Alright, Listrosaurus, I think we're going to randomize these. I don't know how many random skins we've seen yet. So this will be fun to look at some of the frontier skin colors. Let's push social, for sure. Clear the small appetite. Throw a little bit of lifespan on there. See if we get lucky. We can do 50%. 50%, I think. Grab you. Lawler. That's a 5. Let's see what we've got here first before we do a second batch right away. Yeah, so that's the Dilophosaurus complete. So we can do the 3. Oh, shoot, but if I have these two team up on hatching eggs, then they're tired. Capped at a 4. Capped at a 4. Alright, let's go ahead and extract these. I think we'll use you. "12 seconds on those Listrosaurs, so we can hang out, check them out. Skittish, long live, skittish social. Skittish, long lived, long live, long live. We don't have a good alpha yet, so we're gonna have to do another batch in the same way. All right, you do that. We do a second batch. Math's not that hard. I mean, I'm being kind of an asshole when I say that, aren't I? I shouldn't be such a dick. Math is definitely hard for some people. It was never hard for me. But that's okay, there's a good alpha. So we got a good alpha Lystrosaurus right there. Although I don't think we're gonna hatch anymore, but sometimes math clicks for people, sometimes it doesn't. I've never had an issue personally, but yeah, I'm definitely probably lucky in that regard. Although if math didn't work out well for me, I definitely wouldn't be a physicist, so. Alright. First wave of Lystrosaurs. Look at all those bright colored little puppies. All right, what do we got? We got Yukon Papurana, little red spots. Ooh, I like the subtle blue and orange thing going on here. Death Valley Papurana. This is a blank Svalbard, very boring. Amazon blank, interesting base color, but kind of boring. Same with the Gambia. And a 2022 snuck his way in here because that's how the randomizer works. Fair enough. Second batch is getting hatched. Let's take a look at the Dilos. Random. Wait, hold on. Do you see something missing here? Because I see something missing here. Where's the Biosyn Dilophosaurus? Why is that skin not allowed in this challenge mode? That's really weird. Huh. That feels definitely like an oversight. Let's definitely get rid of sickly. 50% social. I don't think appetite matters that much with a carnivore. Because it just affects the feeders. It doesn't affect your actual space, but it does for herbivores because you have to have all those plants. So we'll leave this alone. We could push a little bit of resilient. How about that? 50%, 50%. Or we could try for some super luck and just get a little bit of long-lived. I don't know. Sure. Okay. Our welfare person does need a break, though. So let's give them that break. Next wave of Lystrosaurus. Oh, also, we never actually checked the plants here. Sure, I'm good in algebra. I wouldn't have a PhD if I was bad at it. I'm not going to solve that, though, because this is not a math stream. This is a damn dinosaur stream, despite the fact that we're not looking at a dinosaur right now. Listro 10, Yukon blank. Amazon Pilo. That one's not the worst. Green on green. It's certainly a look. A little bit of pink blended in there. It's all right. Amazon Rainforest Pilo Phylax. Wait, is that the same? Yeah, that's the same. Okay. And then for food, little friends, you're missing everything because you share nothing. That's not correct. I mean, it might be correct, but that one's not updated. Here we go. Okay, yeah, they're only missing fiber. A little bit of ground fiber maybe on the central island here. I think that's a fun way to do it. Give the central island a little bit of different vegetation. There. Missing open space. Ground fiber. Okay, well, what do the Struthies think right now? The Struthies think they have enough ground leaf. So we can go ahead and trim this back a little bit from the beach. Kind of. Do a little bit of that. I also have enough forest, so if we do a little bit of that. There. I think that's all right. A little bit of leeway on the Struthies. The Lystrals will figure it out. They just need to move more. They really just need to move that way. We could also trim the waterway back a little bit. Maybe we narrow it out here. Yeah, let's do that. A little bit of, there. A little bit more of a narrow offshoot path, or offshoot waterway going in that direction. And that gives them a little bit more extra space to find as well when they head down by the water, and that should be fine. Okay, all the scientists are backward resting. The Lystrosaurus is a Permian mammal ancestor. I forget what you call those. I forget, is it a therapsid? Is Lystrosaurus a therapsid? That's the word I want to go to. I'm not as good on my other paleontology. Lystrosauridae. Let's look at the Lystrosaurus article on Wikipedia. But yeah, Lystrosaurus is the oldest creature in this game. It predates dinosaurs by quite a bit because it was a Permian organism. Lystrosaurus is, in fact, a therapsid. I was correct. It's a synapsid and a therapsid, whereas Dimetrodon, I believe, is just a synapsid and not a therapsid, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that. Let me fact check Dimetrodon. We always do some fact checking on these videos. Not a bad thing. Yeah, Dimetrodon is a synapsid, but not a therapsid. I was correct. So, can we get our Dilophosaurus? We should be able to. Yes. Okay, next is what's the next creature we want to do? We still need more Dimorphodons, too. Maybe we should just do a batch of Dimorphodons rather than thinking about doing another. Oh, we need 8. There's 8. Now, paleontology is really cool. Peering into the deep history of the Earth, studying the relationships between extinct organisms. Pretty awesome. And yeah, Lystrosaurus is older than Dimetrodon by a fair bit. 8 Dilophosauruses. I have a feeling that's too many for the pen, but I think we'll hatch them anyway. And then if it's too many, we'll move them out afterwards. Not this pen, of course, the other one. Archaeologists study human history. Ancient ruins and civilizations and shit like that. You know, boring stuff. Social... Oh, we're still doing social here. Whoops. Oh, wait, these guys have social inherently, I think, right? So you can't ever get rid of it, so you're always running the risk of, kind of messing up your alpha. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay, the Lystros are happy. They haven't even moved around that much, which is good. Looks like they caught a little bit of this corner there, and a little bit more of... Yeah, a little bit down this way, and then they worked it out pretty well. Okay. So, Dilophosaurus. Trying to get most of this in the initial territory if we can.
Adding task. Transportation underway.
How about over there?
Confirming task.
Give me a goat feeder. Oh shit, I don't have goat feeders. Yeah. We're a little ways away from goat feeders, actually. Might double up just to speed this up and reduce the cost. I think we will. Oh, but that's the welfare guy. No, we'll do it slow. Minute 37. They won't break out that quickly. Handler injured. Bite me. I mean, don't, because that was the problem originally, that we got bitten, right? The handler got bitten. All right, 1 million bucks into Dimorphodons. We've actually used up a fair bit of money here. We were up around 8 million for a while. But I'm sure our ratings have changed dramatically with all these. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yup. We need a bunch of stuff. We're not going to do the amenities quite yet because we'll want to get everything kind of out and situated. But we definitely want to get in a new shelter. And we might need 2 shelters. We'll put one here for now. And then a restroom. Let's put a restroom. Oh, that's a nice spot for one. We'll put one there. We'll see how much this covers. And then we'll probably need another set down here on the strip, maybe. Although maybe these are close enough to be good. Hard to tell. Oh, did we never put in a ranger station? Correct. We did not put in a ranger station. I did put in a new ranger. I just never did anything with them. Give me scanners. Give me a ranger. Please administer the herbivores, friend. Thank you. Okay. And yeah, we already have a ranger team down here for the Dilos, so that's good. Missing prey, open space, and forest. Yeah, that's looking pretty bad already, not gonna lie. Numbers don't look good there. Population requirement's gonna be like 4. There's that. Yeah, this Dilo pen might not be viable. I guess we throw both of these the logistics people at this task. Rush that down. And then our geneticist is a 7. They're all alone. We're going to just drop down the genetics here. Oh, no, we still have social on this. Whoops. Okay, well, we'll just remove the social. And then, yeah, we can do a clutch of 7 genetics dimorphodons, which is fine. Great. Everybody's doing stuff. Oh, boy. Possibly. Oh, no, we already have a social alpha. That's unfortunate. Wait, nature or feeder needs? Actually, large appetite might affect carnivores more than I was thinking. Because specifically... Well, no, I'm going to assume nature is saying plants for herbivores, and feeder is saying, well, obviously feeders. So that's the meat. No, I don't think it's a big effect. I'm going to stick with my original statement. That's probably not a big effect. Oh, look at your colors. Look at you. Fancy. Quilly and Pilo. I'll have to check you out in the daylight. You look pretty fancy. We're definitely going to wait for daylight. Check these Dilos out. No. Synthesis done on that Morphodon batch. We can't do anything with that, actually. And this is our live prey feeder. Still 40 seconds out. Incubation complete on Dimorphodons. Alright, these are all 2022 Dimorphodons. We did the little ones for aesthetics, so we don't need to go through and check out these skins. They're whatever. Fish is already good at 2 of 2. Fantastic. And another 6, and this should be everything we need for cats. There we go. Feeder is almost here. They're still 70%, surprisingly. Okay. Get me that prey feeder. Then we'll figure out what we can do here about this. So, they're missing area, they're missing forest. Actually, not that far off. So we'll have to clear some out here. For some reason, my escape key wasn't working there for a moment. I was kind of stuck on the interface. We could go do a little weird wedge here. It's probably looks better if we go back here. Do something. So maybe we do this. We try to go around the aviary. That's not going to add that much area. Why don't we just also do a little weird thing down here? It's fine. Kind of amused by keeping all these weird, different, mixed and matched amenities in the park. Just because it's like weird. Alright, we'll do that.
Asset has been collected.
Oh yeah, we don't even have them all down yet.
Asset transportation complete.
Not quite a proper curve there around the aviary, but probably fine. Waiting here for perfection. Area's still not great. Water's not the greatest. Yeah. So we got to decide who goes. At least they're comfortable until a storm hits, which I gotta say is a concern. Alright, well, let's look through at least what we can here. So Dilo number 1, Death Valley Pelophylax. That's actually a pretty cool looking Dilo. Orange and red with a bit of red-green crest or frill there. Not too shabby. Death Valley Papurana, so that's different stripe color on the body with this green. Yeah, because you're like a red and green blue mix, and you're very distinctly blue. I like your frill less, friend. Number 3 is fit and resilient in the trees. Cannot see him. Number 4 is a Yukon blank. Very bland little friend. Quillian Papurana. I think we've seen something similar to this before with the white and the green. Blank Svalbard. And a Yukon Papurana. That one's not terrible. Large appetite social. Resilient social Salardo Hosco Papurana. It's alright. Alright, so. I guess the question is if we're going to sell some of these. Who goes? We could try getting rid of the large appetites and see if it makes any difference to anything. Like this one's just large appetite fit. That one's a large appetite social. That was a large appetite social and fit. I don't know. Sure. Let's start by getting rid of 4. We'll get rid of them one at a time until the territory works. We can sell. Were we not able to sell before? Or did we just not try? Huh. I thought we tried to sell something. Maybe a Dying Mara, maybe the Ichthyes. I mean, maybe we couldn't do anything with the Ichthyes because we didn't have a lagoon hatchery, which was true. Alright. Mini Dimorphodons. They think they want water and fish. I believe them. Why don't we go ahead and shrink this down a little bit and just expand the lake kind of out here. A bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Maybe a little extra. It's weird. You know what? Don't look too closely at that shape, maybe, yeah? Fish feeder. Wrong fish feeder. Other fish feeder. Friend. Friend. Friend, why? Friend, why? Okay, that's fine. We can just do away with the funny shape. A bit. Definitely fit it in here now. Obstructed by the fucking Dimorphodon? Are you joking? Okay, there we go. That'll work. Alright. You little gremlins. 100% happy. Fantastic. Alright, is that enough for the cat's research prerequisite? Boom. Yes. Okay, we can do cats. Alright. So, I need to sort out the Dilos first, though, for sure. It looks like we're at 80% now after we got rid of one. Who's the next one to go? You're good. Large appetite fit on number 1. Large appetite social on number 2. Hey, number 3 is the Quillian Pelophylax. Oh yeah, yeah, the red-green on the white. Pretty cool. Ooh, I really like the face. I like that white and red. That red around the eye with the white muzzle. That's really good with the inky black eye of death staring at you. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You know what? You're the thumbnail. Fuck yes. Get way in there. Way up in his face. Okay, anyway, we need to sell somebody. Who's going to the dog food factory now? Number 2? Your large appetite and social. I mean, if we don't think large appetite matters, but if we're getting rid of anybody, it might as well be a large appetite. Now we need more forest. Do we have enough open space? Why don't we go ahead and do a little... Okay. Jeez. Calm down. Yeah, we need... the water needs to be opened back up there a little bit. Looks to me like there's going to kind of be a limit on forest we can actually get in here because of just how the margins on enclosures work in the narrow areas. So yeah, it looks like turning everything to forest that we can is kind of the play. Okay, what is going on here? Oh, yes. Huh. I see. You know what? We did expect this to happen. Psychological trauma and traumatic injury. How do we want to handle this? I mean, definitely we just sedate initially. I need you to separate out. Thank you. Okay, sedate 3 of these. We'll have to treat them and put them in a new aviary somewhere off the grid for treatment. Oh, you know what? They might throw a curveball at us here later and give us something that's not Mardactylus. Also, we don't really have expansion room on that aviary anymore. We kind of blocked ourselves in. Whoopsie doodles. Yeah, if we wanted to change this, we really don't have good options. Yeah, they're at the limit. So we need to start a second aviary or get rid of this needy intolerant asshole. These ones are also needy intolerant. 11 is the only needy. All right, let's sedate 11 and see if it's possible to sell him. Because that'll remove needy from the flock at least, which is something. And then, yeah, in terms of putting in a new aviary, it's got to go over here if we don't want it to be seen. Let's do that. So we'll just do requires aviary. Yes. I hate that you can't put the hatchery in first. Because now we have to like make assumptions about what we're going to actually have for an aviary here. And of course, yeah, see the connection points, it needed to be rotated or not rotated, whatever you want to, however you want to look at that. Doesn't really matter. Does that need to be powered, actually? I mean, maybe. I guess we might as well do it. It's kind of rubbish. Kind of rubbish, the placement, not gonna lie. Bit mediocre. And I don't know if it can be powered by the structure of the aviary, so we might actually have to have that in view there. We'll do something like this. Oh, that won't connect across there. Well, aren't you just awful? Sure, why not? That's absolutely horrendous, but sure. Okay, so those 3 will be sedated and dealt with. We're currently sedating this Dilophosaurus, which will be sold. Maybe I tried to hotkey sell, and that's not a thing anymore because of multi-select mode? I have to go back and watch my old episode if I want to know why I couldn't sell dinosaurs before. Alright, Dilo is getting sold. Everybody is sitting around doing nothing. Big ticket thing's gonna be the cats. So we might as well push that. Sure. Why not? You can rest. And that puts everybody on a job there. And where's our... Okay, helicopter's heading over to deal with these Mardactylus. So traumatic injury, psychological treatment, trauma. So this one is the only one. Oh, we might have some repairs that aren't done from the last storm. I'm just going to click that because 25k is like nothing. Okay, Marodactylus, yeah, you're the one who has the injury. Let's deliver you to the medical facility, even though we don't have any scientists available, just to get it flying on the way. Okay. Then you, new old friend. Yes, move dinosaur off site. Okay, so the Marodactylus are not allowed to be sold. I'm gonna put it in the new aviary or the old aviary. That way, all the needy ones are at least in the same aviary. We're gonna need water in here because we didn't put any water in here. What is the? Why doesn't this work? Why am I not lowering the train? You know what? Train. Fucking seriously? Okay, well that works because reasons. Dude, I don't know what they did with terrain constraints and aviaries at some point, but they really fucked up terrain manipulation. And oh, part of it's probably this. This is where that guy's being flown in. They still did break this. They definitely broke terrain manipulation inside aviary domes at some point. Not fully, just partially. But it works differently than it used to because it's definitely much more finicky about putting water in than it used to be, for sure. Okay, and then these guys can be grabbed. Let's do a nice little multi-select. Come on. Which is really awkward. Multiple button presses needed there, but not sure what better way there is to do that necessarily. Okay, there they are. Everybody else is back. Oh, this guy's not even in here yet. Is our psychologist available? Yes. Okay. We'll get that going. Dilos, 93% comfort. Still not there. Really close, though. Large appetite social on 7. Large appetite fit on 1. I guess we'll do 7. We'll still have a large appetite in here, but like, whatever. It won't be an alpha. Not that it really matters that much, I don't think, but still.
Asset has been transported.
All right. Hopefully that's enough for it to work. If it's not, we have a little bit of space we can play with here. Try and make that work. I also noticed that the pads are not straight with the border of the fence, but like, man, this whole park is really crooked and janky just with this starting layout, so we really can't make it better. There's the psychologist, so you treat that. Good. Next. 98%. We need to get rid of one more Dilo. Fine. You can get filled up. The Kets is ready to be dug up. So let's get working on Kets. Quetzalcoatlus, 540 and 4 logistics. I guess we'll just use him. No reason not to. There might be a research task that's worth doing, but I suspect not. We could do drought tolerance to push skins if we wanted to. Do we want to? We could also push... Let's push Stiggy. Sure. Did I need to send both of those? I fucked something up there. There was like 11 instead of 9. Oh, because we sent a 4 and a 7. Okay. No, we did need both. Very well. You're being treated. Okay. Ranger Team 2. You can go ahead and cover this. Okay, and you guys are recovering. Oh yeah, you don't need any rocks or sand. You guys are pretty chill. Good little Marodactyluses. You got like nowhere to roost. Feels kind of bad. How about you have just a nice little perch point? I don't think we have anything in this one, do we? There, have a few perch points, friends. Okay. Pachycephalosaurids. Good to go. Cause visible by guests. Really? Oh, because it does overlap with the hotel range. Treatment successful. Go get into the private aviary to get over your psychological trauma. And then, yes, the Dilos. We're going to have to get rid of one more. Ooh, we're close, though. We're close. You know what? Let's try and get it. Let's try and make this work. I don't think that's going to make hardly any difference in the world, but why not? Okay. Now, give me a Dilo so I can watch. Edit environment, a little bit of forest, as small as we can go. Just got to sneak these trees in here. All right, 100% perfect. I don't like that we put them in the water, but we have enough that it doesn't seem to give a shit. So, okay. Cool. 5 Dilophosaurs then is the Dilo herd. Great. We'll leave that set up there then. That seems fine. 3 minutes on the recovery. I guess, yeah, we're doing 3 aviaries and we're doing separate Marodactylus aviaries, which I don't like, but in lieu of a bigger rebuild of the park, that's going to have to be the thing. Okay, well, I think we'll leave this one here then, and next time we'll get to work on the cats.